And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I will be going through a list of applications which I believe you should at least try out. Now, not all of these applications will be very interesting, and some of them you might already know about. There's timestamps in the description so you can skip through them as you please. Now, all of the how-tos are also in the description, so if you want to install something, go to the description and install it. And yeah, that's all. Let's get started. So something I use a lot is called Acpi. In fact, when I open up my terminal in a new session, that's the first thing it runs, or the second if you think about it. But as you can see, it prints out the battery status. If I go Acpi, it prints out the battery because I didn't use this a lot. I hide this. So one of the downsides is I didn't see my current battery level. Let's say I like did a bunch of things, put in a bunch of code and whatnot. Now I wonder, how far is my battery level? Because I've been doing quite a lot of things. Acpi. But anyway, so that's kind of what Acpi does. Really useful, kind of cool. So the next application is called Anki. You can see it as a kind of a game in a sense, or just a way for you to learn something. Here it is. Now, if I were to click here on this Japanese, I can say study now. And it is basically flip cards. So if I'm correct, this, I think, means it's either country. No, it's not country. It's probably Japan, I think. Show answer. As you can see, I was correct. It is Japan. But anyways, it's just a way to kind of have flashcards that you can easily make and use. So yeah, here we can go to decks, and as you can see, there's a default deck they gave you, and here's the Japanese one I made. And here you can see what you did and how you're doing it and what so on and stuff like that. Your stats. So you want to see stats, then as you can see, your stats will appear here. So that's kind of one thing I want to show you. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so this application is called Audacity. Now I'm currently using it, so I can't really show you too much around with it, but this is what I used to record my voice, and I love this application because you can do a lot with it. In this video, I'm not going to remove the noise reduction because throughout this entire video I have basically just been using noise reduction, so you can't hear any or any in the background, which I kind of use to make the video more enjoyable. So in this video I'm not going to do that. So you can hear the difference between me actually working with Audacity to remove the noise reduction after I recorded my voice, and when I do record my voice with Audacity or with any other sound recorder and just don't do anything. So right now I'm not going to do anything, but in the next video or in the next part or in the previous part, you can go back and you can check how the voice sounds when I do use the noise reduction in Audacity. So Audacity is just a way to record your voice or to just manipulate sound. But it's called YT Playlist BGM Player, or in short just BGM Player. But it's basically used to play music from in the background, either from YouTube or from your local system. All I have to do is just say BGM Player, and boom, here it gives me a little interface. I can add a playlist, remove a playlist, edit a playlist, get the help. There's a lot of things in the help, kind of like the man page, but it's still kept very short, which is nice. So it's not a lot of reading to do. It gives you the bare minimum you need to know, and it's very easy. And of course, if you want to play something, you can go here, and here's my free playlist. Anime music and good music, both of them are on YouTube. Playlists I made. And then there is stream music. Stream music is on my system. I can actually show you where stream music is by going here to music, and there's stream music. It plays this. Of course, you won't hear anything playing because then you can say if you want to shuffle it. You won't hear anything playing probably because I usually disable that. But yeah, it plays that. If you want to play something from YouTube, it's very easy. You just select where you want to be, say yeah, and there you go. Wow, that's it. Very loud. Okay, so yeah, that's how you do it. So this application is called Bitwarden. Now you might have heard of LastPass or maybe some XPass or something like that. Now, if you know me by any means, you probably know that I'm pretty big on password managers. I have multiple password managers that I use to split my things up. So most important things will go on this password manager. Secure notes such as my Telegram bot password, which is a fake, this is just to show you. This is for Bitwarden. And I split everything up. But the one I like the most between the 5 that I use is Bitwarden. I just love this. You can get a browser extension. It's for Android. It's for, I think, Windows as well. And things for all operating systems that you can think of, actually. It's really great in the fact that you can just say something like plus, for example. And you could say what you want to do. So let's say secure note. And we can say my other password. And here you can choose a folder to go in. And here you can make a note. Of course, if you change what this is, for example, login, then of course you can put in a username, password, and you can put in authentication keys, the URL to the website, and then here you can see what are custom fields you need, and so on and so forth. Really useful password manager if you are not someone to go for something such as LastPass or XPass or anything like that, then I say Bitwarden is your way to go. Now, when you're a beginner on the Linux operating system, one of the most annoying things you have to do is use man. If you are new to Linux, the thing is you're probably not used to reading documentation. But sometimes it's long and you can scroll down for time on end. So for maybe even, I think, man and MPV, that will give you something very long. Yeah, look at this. This is a long thing you have to follow. Yeah, of course you don't have to read the entire thing, but if you want to find something specific, this is going to take forever. So if you don't want to use man, you can use cheat.sh, and you can do something like ls. And now it's going to give you all of the details you need to know about ls, shortened, and if you want to go cheat sheet, what else did we do? Echo. Then boom, here it also gives you a bunch of extra information. I don't know if it will have MPV. If you're lucky, it will, but I doubt it. No, it actually does. You remember that long thing? And this is basically of course, it doesn't give you everything. It only gives you the bare basics, the bones. But it does give you what you need to know. You don't need to know anything major. Sometimes you just want to learn the new command you can use in Linux. But you don't want to, use the entire. You don't want to go through the entire man page just to figure out how to use it to it bare basically. Alright, so the next application is called CherryTree. Now this is something I use really often. You may not, but I really love this, especially when taking note of languages I'm learning or language I may be creating tutorials for. So here is an SQL example. So when I was learning SQL, I could use this to give myself examples, because there's a lot of formatting you can do, making things easier, and you can comment, and you can maybe even open recent files, and I can show you the lessons I want to create. So this is one of my future tutorials. I'm going to create an HTML. I'm rewriting it, trying to make it just work better, look better, just function much more appropriately. So this is kind of like my script that I'll be working off. So yeah, that's CherryTree. It's really useful, and I would recommend people to use this because it is a really, really great application, and I personally love it. So the next application is called GIMP, and it's what I use to make my thumbnails. It is an image manipulation program. It does have a learning curve, which is unfortunate, but it does the job right. So if I go here and I bring in this image right here, then as you can see, it brings in the image and I can manipulate it to any way I want. Sometimes you might struggle a bit to figure out what to do, but most of the time it's fairly easy to figure out what you're doing and how you should do it. This application even runs perfectly fine on lower end computers. I know the application called Photoshop has actually, when I first installed it, it told me it couldn't do some features because it didn't have enough RAM. Like, excuse me, what? And yeah, then I switched to GIMP, and boom, everything just works perfectly fine. I really like how it just fits everything in. And if you want to see what you can do, then I can actually go here and I can show you some of my thumbnails that I've made. Of course, I'm not really the best when it comes to creating thumbnails, but you know, it is what I have skill for. And see, you can put text here, different fonts that come with it, and you can make arrows. And so here we have an application called Handbrake. Now, Handbrake is a way to either compress a video or maybe change it to a different file format. It is completely free, but allows you to take any size of video and either compress it to a smaller size if you want to do that. So you can go here to video, change the frame rate, change the encoder type, change this. I think this says how fast it should be, how fast it should encode it. But if you make it faster, the quality will be lower. Same here. I think if you make that lower, the quality will be lower. So yeah, as you can see, it focuses on quality. So yeah, and then you can change the dimensions if you want. I didn't really mess with that, but you can throw a video in here and you can export it with any extension you want. And you can even change the type of what you want. So if you want to make it more specific, you can use that. And here I can say, hey, I don't want the frame rate to be that high, I want it to be 5. So here's an application you probably already heard of. It's called Htop. Now, Htop is just a way to monitor your resources. I've talked about it in my tutorial, if you watch that. And basically, it is just a way to see what's running, what's using most CPU, what's using most memory. As you can see, simple screen recorder is the kind of the one on top the entire time, along with Audacity. But that's only because I have weak CPUs. But as you can see, here is my 2-core CPU. My memory usage out of 8 gigs. I almost said 800 gigs. Imagine that. Here's my swap. Here's the task, the amount of threads, the load average, the uptime. It's really nice. It's basically the improved version of Top. So that's Htop. Really nice application to have. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video and now have more applications on your computer than your fingers can count. See you all in the next video, where I might even do it.